Hey you guys, Birdie here. Um, so it's Thursday, and I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about when you first awaken and how you know if something's for you. I'm sorry, I'm having like a major hot flash, like, oh my gosh, heat just burning through my body right now. And let me say that I'm 10 years past having hot flashes. So yeah, that's not. Anyways, let me turn that off. I don't know what happened. Yeah, going through a lot of physical changes right now in my body. Um, from spirit. It's all from spirit. So it's all good. Learn to deal with it and handle it. But some people might be new to awakening and just wondering, like a lot of the types of things that we say and about being led, right? Like be led by spirit. So how do these things happen? And then like intuitive, like your intuition, right? The nudges that you get from intuition. Like how do you know you're doing the right thing? And the right thing is another term. It's like we're all just living our lives, right? And you live your life to your highest joy. That's that's living an awakened life, right? And doing no harm to other people, right? And then if you feel like you have a mission or you feel like you're being led to do something, then that's something entirely different, right? Like that's following guidance, like really following guidance from your spirit team, right? And so that's something that's entirely different. And if you feel like you want to do spirit-led stuff, then you follow your heart, right? Because your heart is the center of your soul, and your heart is gonna let you know if something, like if all of a sudden you get something in your head that you want to do and it doesn't just go away, that's usually being spirit-led, right? As long as it's not something bad. Right? And so like with me, when I went through my dark night of the soul, that was right after the hurricane, and I lost you know pretty much everything, friends, physical stuff. Like there was a lot of grief, and that dark night of the soul is where you're just like sitting, you're in, like everything is totally devastated, like everything, you feel like you've lost everything is how you feel, right? And then you know that the only choice you have is to turn to God. Like God is the only choice at that point. You're just so low that you have to turn to God. And that's dark night of the soul. And there's a lot of crying, and there's a lot of like realization that life is not what you thought it was. You were living in like a fantasy. You were tied to the matrix, and it's like reality just slaps you in the freaking face. There's a reason they call it dark night of the soul, because it freaking is. And that usually that sparks an awakening in somebody, to where, okay, now that everything's been crumbled away, now we can start working on the new you, right? And work on building you up in a God-centered life, in a inspired life that's not filled with these lies and false, matrix, and the false way of living, really, and then tied to addictions and everything else, to cope, because life is not a pretty thing on earth. I mean, there. So let me rephrase that. Matrix life on earth is not pretty, but spirit-led life on earth is pretty because we notice and we appreciate the gifts that God has put in front of us. And the more you appreciate it, the more you get, right? Is how it works. And so the signs that I started getting, like after my dark night of the soul, is I started getting like, it was really weird. Like these YouTube videos would come over my phone. Like they would just show up in my notifications. And they were about enlightenment and angel numbers. And I don't remember if I ever like clicked on one to begin with, and that's how then they started coming on my phone. But I started getting messages. And they weren't just, oh, life is wonderful, la, la, la. They were specific messages. And it freaked me out, you know? But if we're going to ask our spirit guides and angels for, you know, for assistance, a lot of times it's going to come through the medium that we're in tune with, right? And so at that time, I was very in tune with my phone. And so that's how the messages came through. And then there's just certain things, you know, like if something piques your interest, like if you're on YouTube and you see a video that, you know, is saying this is for you, or if you're seeing this right now, this is for you. Sometimes it is for you. It depends on how you feel inside, right? Click on it and see what the video is about. I found a lot of content that way because that's how my spirit guides and angels, that's how they work with me. But they also work through music. And so I'm very, you know, very in tune to music. So I would get songs that I had never heard before, and all of a sudden there they are playing on my playlist. And I'm like, what the shit? You know, and they would touch my heart. And that's what your spirit guides and angels are always going to want to do, is to activate your heart space and to make you feel some kind of emotion so that you know, like, am I on the right path? And they'll give you like songs for peace. They'll give you messages for peace. A lot of times they'll give you messages. This is the way to go. This, or if there's a person in your life that you just can't get out of your head, there's a reason. There's a reason. And that's how spirit guides and angels do. Like they'll give you dreams. They'll give you random messages, random numbers. So look up, you know, you'll start getting like angel numbers constantly seeing, like, especially like 1111 is a sign that you're an awakened being, right? And then after that, you'll start getting like 333, 444. I get 717 and 818 because I've evolved. So now I'm getting different numbers with different combinations, right? So it's not just but if there's a number that you get in your life, like constantly, look it up and put it in Google, meaning of angel number, and then, or angel number, and then put the number in and search it. And they'll give you like all the different meanings of that number, especially if you're seeing it a lot, you know, like not just on clocks, but like your speedometer or license plates, or just anywhere that you would see numbers. If you keep seeing a repeating number, that's your spirit guides and angels trying to get your attention on something. So look it up. But I just wanted to give a little video about that type of thing, because a lot of times people wonder, like, okay, you say let your spirits guide you, but how does that work? And that's exactly how it works, is following the breadcrumbs that they're dropping for you. When you ask for guidance, expect that guidance. So yeah, that's what I got today, you guys. I'm gonna do some writing today, so I'm excited about that. And I am sending you so much love.